ready. And they sent on their way. Wasn't a bad start for them. Father's Frost began well. Arturo's right there in second, the orange sleeves and cap. Joyous Jubilee is also right there. Then we find towards the outside Cool Runnings in the white blinkers. Mr. Bodacious is behind them. Jackson, Mississippi's right up on the outside in the cheek pieces. Further back in the field is Ferrando in the green sleeves and cap, followed further back in the field then by Benalong Point, Absolute Noir, Georgie George behind them. Then comes War Launch. And further back in the field is Jaguar Cat as they race down towards the last 500 meters. And out in front is Father's Frost. That's on the left-hand side there with Joyous Jubilee tracking it. War Launches behind them. Then Georgie George, Arturo's further back. Towards the outside, Jackson, Mississippi. And then comes Benalong Point now as they come down to the last 300. Arturo's now picked up the lead. Father's Frost is still right there. Mr. Bodacious, Joyous Jubilee down the centres trying to get into it, and Georgie George is running on towards the outside. Then Ferrando between them is also finding a finish, but it's Georgie George just in front of Ferrando. Then comes Joyous Jubilee, and Georgie George will go on and win. Second to Ferrando, Joyous Jubilee third, then came Benalong Point. Yes, you heard on replay, your winner is about 4 from the right-hand side. It's about 3 from the right-hand side now. It's got the red cap, red sleeves under Marco van Rensburg. This for trainer Cliffy Miller, owner Mr. P. Nike. They come through and win. As you can see, Ferrando between runners, green sleeves and cap, ran on strongly to just go down in that second spot. 9-4-10-6, the race result. Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a good weekend.
Well, it's Marco van Rensburg that ends with a double on the day. Georgie George finding the winner's box, having his very first run for the Cliffy Miller yard. And Pauline, our photographer, is doing duty with Marco here because Makwena, the groom, is busy seeing to Georgie George, who is a handful and he needs to be looked after. And so he's going to be very happy about the 1,500 Rand extra from World Sports Betting, and a big thanks to them for that initiative. Pauline, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And Marco, full of smiles. It's been a day where he's ended on a high, a double. And this guy, I'm sure that you got some feedback from the yard. He's known as quirky, which is quite polite. But he went down well with that lead pony, and you've got the best out of him.
Yeah, look, I think the work's been done behind the scenes, because today he was like a little lamb. He took me down quietly, walked around the back quietly, went into the pens first, stood quietly, came out smart, travelled beautiful, finished the race. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better ride until I got to the puller.
I saw that, yes. I did see that you had to dismount and lead him home. He said, like, my job is done, I'm going no further.
Yeah, look, what I've noticed, when he finishes his work, he gets a little bit uptight also.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the groom's got to jump off and lead him back home, and while he does his thing, you know. So I jumped off, he started doing his thing, and then the groom came to help me. So well done to him. He knows those very well, and he's definitely taught it the right manners.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. You've had a fantastic day here. You end on a high. Congratulations.
Yes, big thank you. Big thanks to my sponsor, Questing Insurance in Truam. Thank you for getting one ready finally.
I love the way that you're going to give as good as you get, because I'm sure we're going to get a chirp from Mr. Miller shortly.
Guaranteed.
But Marco, well done.
Thank you very much.
And with that, Mr. Miller is coming into shot. He can't wait to get his hands on that microphone. And I do know, though, whatever you say is going to be in jest. Marco's done a great job. And kudos to you, because this fellow, he is a cheeky fellow, and it's great that you've got him so quiet on race day.
Before we get to the good job, I don't know, I also ran away with him, I think, you know. But he stayed on top, that's the main thing. And, you know, the hard work was done by Nicholas. And really, the work was done, the back was done. Nicholas does the back every day.
Yeah.
Calm, the horses calm down, you know, because Nicholas is all one of those calm people, you know, not like the boss. But thanks to Nicholas, really. And my groom, my work rider, Makwena, rides him every day. Only he gets along with the horse as well. And then I put my white groom on today, and he rode a good race. I was quite happy with that. You know, it's about time. I think it's about 30 years later he rode a winner for me again.
Well, it's good to see you in the winner's box. I know, again, as is racing, unfortunately, you had the scratching of warm winter night. It's great that Georgie George could come through. I know you like the other fellow as well, but you are in the winner's box, and congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know what it felt like. You know, they had to lead me to it. So it was good. I hope fortunes can change a bit, because I'm sure the wheel can't stay where it is at the moment. And I must say thanks to Shanton and his family for supporting me in the stable. And it's lovely, because after the horse will never run again or never will win a race. You know, it was a great job done to my team. And really, I was very happy, you know, seriously happy. And I'll hand it to Nicholas. He's on the bit. He wants to say something. He's on the bit. But I also want to say thank you to Hollywood.
Yes.
Thank God I'm getting a name, mention their name for a change, you know, after so long. But thank you, Hollywood, for my sponsorship as well. And thanks to Nick once more again. And you can have a chat with Nick.
I'll do just
Thank
that.
you,
Thanks, Mr.
Thank
Miller.
you.
Nick standing by, and of course, he's the guy we always chat to on the build-up to races. And he did say that Georgie George has come a long way back in the stables. And Nick, something that you did touch on was that you really hoped he was going to show this type of calm behavior at home, because at work and back home at stables, you'd seen such an improvement in him.
Yeah, you know, he likes certain things, and that's his way, and
Yeah.
you can't get. You have to work around him. I mean, he works at round track, and you have to just about tug him there. When he's finished work, you tug him back to work. You can't ride him back. He's just when he gets into his moods, you just got to leave him alone, and you just work around him, and you just try and keep him in a happy space, and you can see what he can do when he's in that space.
Well, you've done a fantastic job with him, and again, I know it was really hard for you to put your confidence on the line, because it is hard when you don't know what a quirky fellow is going to transpire on the day. But you did say that you think he can be competitive, and well done. He's done exactly that, and at any price.
Thank you. And then just very big well done to Mokoena, his work rider. He's phenomenal. I think he deserves all the credit. He gets along with him. He deserves all of the credit he gets. And then to Shanton, top win. Hopefully there's many more. Finally we broke the ice.
Oh, let's hope for that. Nick, well done.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure catching up with Nick ahead of races. He knows his racing, he studies his form, he knows his horses, and he always gives us really valuable information. And it's good to see that he was spot on about Georgie George. Very well done to his owner, Mr. Nike, for the confidence in the yard to turn Georgie George around, and that's exactly what they have done. Well, it's been a great day's racing. It has been beautiful weather. We've enjoyed seeing some good horses in action, and I hope you have enjoyed your day with us, whether you managed to make it to the course or whether you were watching, that you enjoyed racing with us. We will be back for midweek racing, so don't forget us on Tuesday. We'll do it all again. We will be on the poly surface, so looking forward to that. It has been a while. Big thanks to my co-presenter, Neil Pretorius, as well as to Pauline, who joins us upstairs, Nakib, who has called locally, and all the cameramen and ladies of the producer downstairs, Liesel. Big thanks. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch up with you next week.